Welcome back. All right, so I intended to get this review done before all the evening games started, but overlap took place. So here we are. It's a few hours since this game. I'm sure Leaf fans have had a chance to uh, let this one sink in. And I'm wearing the other Winter Classic they wore back when. I think it's good. Well, it's got the Sabres up here too. So I don't have the one they wore today, but this is pretty close, right? So it was Mrazek versus Anderson in this game. It does feel weird reviewing a game this long after it took place by itself, but here we are. There were a few Sabres fans in the crowd. I think it's weird that, again, Buffalo is the home team, but clearly this was a very pro-Toronto crowd. Canadian women's team came out for the national anthem. A nice moment. Sang in both languages. Also, nice moment there. It's windy and cold. The wind was at the Sabres back in the first period. What they ended up doing was in the third, they actually split it so that first 10 minutes it's at one team's back and the other 10 minutes it's at the others. I didn't pay much attention to who had the wind at their back because clearly it was Buffalo no matter which way they were going. Early press by the Sabres. There's another press by them at 3 minutes. Skinner's denied on a fast break. The shots are 2-1 for Buffalo at 5 minutes. They just had more energy. They were the better team early. And so I keep thinking, all right, so Toronto's going to get it going. And eventually they kind of did. Marner has a rush chance that's defended. Zone time for the Leafs, but they're not getting shots. So they're not getting the puck to the net, right? Darlene's denied on a rush. The Sabres press. The shots are now 7-2 in favor of Buffalo 11 minutes in. So really not seeing the even up from Toronto. We should be seeing with the shots here. This is a wonderful outdoor game in Hamilton. 20-mile-per-hour gusts were being measured at this point as well. For people who are in Canada, you guys know what that is. We seem to know the miles per hour. Americans don't understand if I say, well, the weather's about about 35 clicks. Be like, what's a click? So 35 kilometers an hour. I've done that before when I've been in the States. I'm like, it's about 50 clicks from my place. Huh? So anyway, press again then by the Sabres with 8 minutes left. Tuck can't bury one on the rush. Olofsson fires one high. And again, it feels like, Toronto's got to wake this up. So there's some zone time for the Leafs with 4 minutes left. Tuck is denied on another good shift for his line as Alex Tuck continues to make a push towards, maybe they'll give him a statue by this time next year with the way he's been playing. The wind prevents the puck from leaving the playing surface, which I thought was highly entertaining. I also thought, wait a minute, so if a guy throws a puck up in the air and the wind blows it over the glass, is it still a delay of game call? So I didn't see that, but wouldn't that have been entertaining? So 1:56 left. There's some pushing after a hold by Anderson. The Leafs get a power play out of all that. Matthews is denied. The 4 seconds rolls over into the second period. Buffalo killed that off. Matthews is denied in the first minute. Kasha was not. He scores from Nylander and Tavares on a face-off win at 40 seconds. The Leafs coming into today, 25-4-2 when they score first. Very good chance they win when they score first. That very good chance, a little bit different today. And Krebs answers quickly. It's a rush that leads to this goal from Hinostroza and Haig at 1:21. That quieted the crowd down. The crowd would get loud again at 2:57. It's Matthews from Kerfoot and Brody. Fantastic play by Kerfoot to set up Matthews. He's at 45 goals. He's going to get 50. The real question is, does he hit 60? And he's the best goal scorer right now in the National Hockey League. But the Toronto Maple Leafs needed to finish out this game. So Skinner has a net drive that's saved. For the record, the shots are 6-2 for the Leafs at 5.5 minutes. And they had a very good period. They're ahead 2-1 at this point. There's a power play for Toronto. Nylander with a fast break. That's saved. The power play's killed off. Shots are 11-4 Toronto at the half. Again, they're doing well until at 10:53, an own goal. Brody basically punches it in. Hinostroza is credited with the goal from Thompson and Haig. And that had to be a tough one for Mrazek, who'd had a decent day until then. And that one just goes in. Mrazek then holds the next Sabres chance. Engvall with a rush chance won't go. Kasha was denied. Olofsson fires high. Matthews then does the same. So good rush chances both ways, and both teams fire high. Spets has a chance to deflect high as well. The Sabres with a power play with 1:25 left. That leads to a shorthanded chance for Morgan Riley. That was defended, so that doesn't go. We go to the third period. The Leafs have a 2-on-1. Kasha fires wide. The Leafs would finish out the kill. So with it being 2-2 and the Leafs showing some fire here and a little bit of momentum, the expectation I had was, well, Toronto will win the game. Sabres get another power play. That leads to a shorthanded 2-on-1. Kasha's denied on that one. So Andre Kasha's doing very well shorthanded for the Leafs. So that's killed off, just gets the one shot, and then Hinostroza from an impossible angle. So you can look at this one of two ways. Either Hinostroza scores a beautiful goal where he doesn't have much to shoot at, or Mrazek doesn't hug the post. Either way, it's in the net. It's his second goal of the game. Hinostroza then goes for another one. That shot was saved. Tuck steals. The Leafs defended that, though, before Tuck gets to the net. Asplund gets tripped. We have another Sabres power play. That was killed off, but now you've got 2 more minutes off the clock. Tavares gets upended. On the replay, you could see why there wasn't a call, but not being a call, you could feel the fans were upset, and probably a couple of Maple Leafs upset there as well. Sabres are holding on as the Leafs are looking to tie it. Okposo with a net feed. The puck goes in, but the net was off. So this is where the discussion comes in, right? So the refs talk, and they take a look at it, and they say, well, we're going to rule it a goal because Mrazek knocked the net off. Nobody made him knock the net off. And it was one of those moves where you can't prove it's on purpose, but a goaltender kind of turns and, whoops, my arm knocked the net off. All right. And this is really, honestly, goalies have done this from the beginning of the National Hockey League, I would think. Although when the pegs were, when the posts were attached, it looked kind of silly, right back in the 80s with, what is it? That's attached. Anyways, Krebs ends up getting the goal from Cousins and Okposo at 13:49. That makes it 4-2. Fans not happy. The Leafs not happy. Buffalo, unsurprisingly, quite happy. And I'm sure those 3 Sabres fans that were in attendance out of the 40,000 or however many were there, probably pretty happy as well. I didn't hear them. Things get scrummy at the Sabres net with 5:05 left. It started with a Dahlin cross-check, and Dahlin and Matthews get into it. And honestly, that was one of those things where it's escalating because the Leafs are getting more and more frustrated. And so, yeah, you're going to kind of expect that. We get 2 minutes of 4-on-4 out of that. Marner has a net feed. That was cleared out. Goaltender gets pulled with 3.5 minutes left because you need to do something. And then we get a power play with 3:19 left, so that's a 2-man advantage for Toronto. The Leafs call a timeout. The puck comes around. Nylander's at the point, and he just whiffs on it. He misses it. And so Tage Thompson grabs it. He gets the shorthanded goal, which is also the empty net goal at 17:35. That makes it 5-2 in favor of the Buffalo Sabres. So Toronto, from a situation where they're down 2, they pull the goalie, and if you score one quickly, instead, Buffalo gets the goal off the mishandle by Nylander, which happens. It does. So that makes it 5-2. Things get brawly then with 1:43 left as these teams decide they really don't like the look of each other's faces. Cousins and Bunting were unfriendly out there. And then we get handshakes after the game's over, to which I can assume each player was saying to the other, screw you, screw you. Congratulations on nothing, that kind of thing. So, yeah, Buffalo wins this one 5-2. It's a tough loss for Toronto. It's another loss for Toronto against a non-playoff opponent. They dropped to 37-17-5. Buffalo 20-32-8. Your 3 stars are Krebs, Hinostroza, and Kasha. The shots, 14-9 Buffalo in the first, 18-9 Toronto in the second, 15-9 Buffalo in the third. The final shots were 38-36 for Buffalo. They looked really good. Again, Buffalo, since Tuck joined the lineup, they got Krebs in there. They've looked really good. Power plays, Toronto 0-for-3, Buffalo 0-for-4. The hits, 30 apiece. Mrazek saves 33 out of 37. Anderson saves 34-36. And I do wonder if the team that traded Krebs and Tuck might be having a little bit of buyer's remorse at this point, but that's to be discussed once we get to the review of the other 8 games tonight, which I have a couple of boards ready to go with later on. But there you go. Let me know your thoughts regarding this game in the comment section below. Always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.